Today I'm looking at the Sony NT3, and they call it that because the truth is I have no idea why they call it that. Maybe it stands for Home Theater Noise Thing Free, but it might be because it has 3 channels, a left, a right and a subwoofer. Also it has integrated super tweeters, which I'll go into more detail about later on. It does look pretty cool, and it has a significant improvement in stylishness compared to its 2014 counterparts. As you can see, this speaker is housed in brushed aluminium and doesn't seem to be wearing tights like Superman from the 1980s and some of Sony's previous soundbars. Although it does come with a dust cover which will prevent kids from pushing the super tweeters in just for a laugh. So what makes the super tweeters so super, I hear you say? No, they don't shoot lasers at you like Superman's eyes, but they can emit a really high frequency, which is an element required to reproduce high-res audio more accurately. Also, you will notice that they appear to be positioned floating just above the NT3's carbon fiber drivers. And for some reason, the end of that Superman Batman trailer springs to mind. Anyway, those carbon fiber drivers, they're not just any carbon fiber drivers, they are in fact magnetic fluid speakers. And what is magnetic fluid, I hear you say? Simply put, it's a liquid that NASA created, otherwise known as ferrofluid. What it does is it reacts to a magnetic force, and it basically allows the speaker to sustain a high quality whilst using up minimal space and eliminating the need for a cardboard dampener. And let's face it, something the Japanese are very good at is utilizing small spaces, and Sony have proved to be very good at this in the past. Take a look at this old school Sony transistor radio on a keyring. So the subwoofer adds those really deep low end sounds. Although I'm not quite sure what I think of that plasticky trombone look thing they've gone with the subwoofer. But don't worry though, if it's not your cup of tea, why not throw some tights over it? So let's run through the specs real quick. The NT3 unit itself is fairly light at just 3.1 kilograms and only 6.5 centimeters deep, which makes it perfect for wall mounting under your TV. It has a 2.1 channel output with the power of 400 watts. And that is equal to the new UFC heavyweight champion Fabricio Verdum kneeing you in the face. It will have 3 HDMI inputs and 1 HDMI output, also 1 analog input. Of course, this is a Sony product, and it will have Bluetooth and NFC, but most importantly, Sony's new feature, the LDAC streaming method. On the side, it will also have a USB port, which means you can physically plug your music into it should you choose not to stream. And being a Sony high-res product, it will support Dolby True HD and DTS HD. And it will also have Sony's S-Master HX high-res audio amplifier, as well as Sony's DSEE HX digital sound enhancement engine, which basically gives you the ability to upscale your lower resolution music to make it sound closer to high res. And a really nice feature worth mentioning is there is a sound setting which allows you to enhance the vocal range. So for those movies when sometimes the voices seem much lower than the music, sound effects and explosions, you can actually boost those vocal range sounds so you can hear them more clearly. And I think that is a great feature. But also, it has a gaming mode, and they call me the Games Master, so the gaming mode will be useful for me. The NT3 will support high-res audio as I've mentioned, and LDAC, which also might be a Klingon swear word. I've decided that LDAC must stand for Large Data Audio Compression, and if that doesn't mean anything to you, then you can hit the link in the top right corner now and that will explain everything. Now, with the all new Wi-Fi capabilities of Sony's new HT soundbars, we can now put these in the same category with the likes of the current market leader, Sonos, and also Bose. Like the Sonos soundbars, this new range of Sony soundbars can be considered Wi-Fi speakers. And like a Bose speaker, it does sound pretty damn good. But the Samurai Sword technological edge that this product has is going to be the LDAC, which also might be a Klingon swear word. Ah! So if you're looking for a slim, stylish, good looking speaker with the highest quality sound known to man, which is high res, with supersonic qualities, thanks to its carbon fiber drivers and super tweeters that you can stick to the wall like Spider-Man's camera, then you should get the Sony NT3 and that won't be a problem. So thanks again for watching WhatGear Reviews, the finest reviews known to man. And if you have just subscribed, then that means you are one of the finest subscribers known to man. And I really appreciate your support. So, I'll see you in the next one. Don't be late. Not sure I like the look of this phone anymore. I've got an idea.